imagine trusting the people who run your government, only to discover they've been running drugs through the very offices meant to serve you? How many more towns in America are doing the damn thing? On October 29th, that nightmare became reality for Massachusetts residents when federal agents stormed a state office building and uncovered one of the most brazen corruption schemes in American history. It started like any other Wednesday morning in Western Massachusetts. Office workers grabbed their coffee. Bureaucrats shuffled papers. But at 6:15 in the morning, everything changed. Federal agents in tactical gear surrounded the Massachusetts State Office building in Springfield. Their target was Lamar Cook, the deputy director of the governor's Western Massachusetts office. Within minutes, Cook was in handcuffs, and investigators were tearing apart his office. What they found inside that government office defied belief. A sealed parcel sat on Cook's desk, disguised as official state mail. Inside was pure cocaine. But that was just the beginning. Agents discovered a loaded handgun tucked in a drawer. $38,000 in cash was stashed in filing cabinets meant for constituent services. And then came the smoking gun, encrypted spreadsheets. Those spreadsheets told a story federal investigators had been piecing together for months. They revealed a 14-month trafficking pipeline that stretched from Amherst all the way to Boston. This wasn't a small-time operation. That runs small-time rogue employee. You cut off tail, but body will grow another one later on with more even better organizing. Lots more sophisticated drug labeling and distribution. The spreadsheets mapped out everything. Delivery routes that followed state courier schedules. Drop-off locations inside government buildings. Payment structures that mimicked legitimate vendor invoices. Cook hadn't just stumbled into drug trafficking. He'd engineered a system that weaponized government infrastructure for criminal enterprise. Federal agents discovered that parcels containing narcotics were being shipped through official state mail channels. The packages looked identical to the hundreds of legitimate documents that move through government offices every single day. Courier drivers, many of them state contractors, had no idea. But did they knowing help with the transporting illegal drugs? But Cook wasn't working alone. As federal teams analyzed the encrypted files, they realized the network was far larger than anyone had imagined. Those spreadsheets contained names, dozens of them. Within hours, federal agencies launched a coordinated strike across Massachusetts and around the nation Over 20 search warrants were executed simultaneously. Every door agents kicked down. The conspiracy grew much bigger and darker. Investigators uncovered fake vendor accounts created specifically to process drug money. These weren't amateur operations, but the best of the best in this Providence and San Juan existed solely to funnel money through the system. Offshore laundering channels moved millions of dollars through banks in 3 different countries. The transportation network was particularly ingenious. Criminals had infiltrated the state courier system, the very network designed to move official documents between government offices. They'd turned a taxpayer-funded service into a drug delivery pipeline. For who but the cartel and someone like the deep state, if you follow the money tree. By sunrise on October 29th, 47 people were under arrest. The list of those implicated read like a directory of public service. Employees from the Department of Transportation, Registry of Motor Vehicles, contracted courier drivers, administrative assistants, mid-level managers, shock, and all offices of the law sworn to uphold the law for our nation. Federal prosecutors described the operation as a cartel distribution web that had burrowed deep inside government systems. The numbers were staggering. Investigators estimated the network had been generating $220 million per year. No typo, $220 million in illegal drug profits, flowing through offices where citizens came to renew licenses and file paperwork. 29 pounds of cocaine had been seized from Cook's office alone, but as raids continued throughout the day, agents recovered over 1.2 tons of narcotics from various locations, warehouses registered to fake companies, storage units rented under shell corporations, even a few residential homes belonging to state employees. The scale of the operation raised uncomfortable questions. How had this gone undetected for 14 months? Who was supposed to be watching? Background checks are standard for government positions, especially ones close to the governor's office. Security protocols exist for exactly this reason. Yet somehow, Lamar Cook had passed every screening. He'd been entrusted with significant responsibility. He'd had access to state resources and government communications, and he'd used all of it to build a criminal empire. The political fallout was immediate and devastating. Massachusetts State Representative Kennedy held an emergency press conference that same afternoon. Reporters packed the room, cameras flashing as Kennedy approached the microphone. His message was blunt and unsparing. If someone like Cook slipped through the system, then the system is broken. If this could happen inside the governor's office, then the hiring system is broken. Protests erupted outside the State House. Citizens who trusted their government felt betrayed. Employees who'd worked alongside the arrested individuals felt violated. How many times had they passed Cook in the hallway? How many meetings had they attended together? The conspiracy had been operating right under everyone's noses. Governor's office officials scrambled to respond. They promised full cooperation with federal investigators. They pledged to review every hiring practice and security protocol. They assured the public this was an isolated incident. But was it really isolated? When 47 people across multiple departments are implicated, the word isolated loses meaning. The investigation revealed systemic vulnerabilities that cartels had been exploiting. Government courier systems lacked sufficient oversight. Vendor verification processes had loopholes large enough to drive trucks through. Financial audits weren't catching suspicious payment patterns. And perhaps most troubling, the culture of trust within government offices meant people didn't question their colleagues. Cook had exploited that trust masterfully. He'd been a model employee on paper. He showed up on time. He completed his work. He attended meetings and filed reports, all while running a drug trafficking operation that would make cartel bosses envious. The duality was chilling. By day, he served the governor's office. By night, he served organized crime. Federal prosecutors are now building cases against all 47 defendants. The charges range from drug trafficking to money laundering to conspiracy. Some face decades in prison. Cook himself is looking at potential life sentences on multiple counts. But convicting the individuals doesn't fix the system that allowed this to happen. Massachusetts now faces a crisis of public trust. Every government employee is under suspicion. Every state contract is being scrutinized. Every courier delivery is being questioned. The corruption didn't just damage the government. It damaged the relationship between citizens and the institutions meant to serve them. The question that haunts Massachusetts isn't just about one corrupt official. It's about the nature of oversight itself. Background checks exist, but Cook passed them. Audits happen, but they missed $220 million in illegal activity. Supervisors oversee employees, but nobody noticed Cook's criminal enterprise. When every safeguard fails simultaneously, the problem isn't individual. It's institutional. Who guards the guardians when the guardians become the threat? That's the question Massachusetts still can't answer. Because on October 29th, the state learned a terrifying lesson. The greatest threat to government integrity doesn't always come from outside. Sometimes it comes from within, wearing a badge and carrying state credentials.